Alors, bienvenue au segment de l'entrevue de la semaine. Cette semaine, on reçoit un joueur de basket des Blues de Dawson, Iman Kheirati. Iman est un joueur qui a été recru cette année, donc recru de l'année au basketball collégial D1, membre de la première équipe d'étoiles, s'est rendu avec les Blues jusqu'en finale du championnat canadien et membre de l'équipe d'étoiles du tournoi au championnat canadien. L'entrevue va se passer en anglais. Iman parle anglais, Iman comprend l'anglais, donc ça va se passer en anglais. Je pense que les gens sont en mesure de comprendre eux aussi. Donc, on va en connaître un petit peu plus sur l'histoire d'Iman, un joueur, un athlète extraordinaire qui d'ailleurs fait un paquet d'autres sports. Donc, je vous invite à suivre avec nous son histoire puis apprendre à connaître un super athlète, un super joueur de basket. Hi, Iman.
Hey man, how you doing?
Good, you. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Iman, I invited you because, first of all, I followed you during the season with the Dawson Blues, and you had a great season. It was wonderful to see you play. As a team, you had a great season. As a player, you had a great season. I didn't know you before this season. So I just wanted to know what was your story, where were you coming from? I saw that last year you played in a league in Iran. Is that true? Yeah, it is.
Yes, exactly.
And of course that made me asking myself a few questions, and who would be the best person to answer those questions but you. So if you could tell us about you, where you're from, how you learned to play basket, and how you ended up playing for Dawson.
So I'm from Iran. It's a country in Middle East for guys that didn't know. So I came here like at age of 17. So before that, I started basketball at my country. Like over there, it's not as like the equipment you guys got, the coaches. It's not like that. Like it's way harder to learn and like play ball over there. So I was playing ball and stuff, and then I get the chance to come here as a student, and then I come here at the age of 17.
Okay.
I tried to play some teams. I didn't know anyone, to be honest, and I didn't get a chance to play like any good teams. So I ended up playing in D2 juvenile. It's not that great league, so I feel like my chances is not that enough. But like I was lucky. I try hard. I contact like coaches and stuff. I try to texting them, and one day I found like Coach Wayne. So I keep texting him, and he was nice. He always answered me back, and he gave me chance. So COVID hit. I had to go back to my country. Like they sent me back because of like visa problems. They sent me back to my country. I had no other options. So I played 2 year there. Like it's a professional league, but you guys have like the rule that like a student can play without getting paid and stuff. It's the same thing over there. So I played 2 years in pro, and then I talked with Coach Yearwood, and then I get the contact. They said like it's fine, the league is going well, you can come back. I applied and I came here.
So you ended up playing when you played juvenile D2. Where was that exactly?
Wolves, YMHA.
Okay. Yeah. And when you learned to play in Iran, and you said it's not the same thing as here to learn to play, how was it exactly? Were you playing in backyards? Were you playing in parks? And then that's how you ended up learning how to play? How does it work exactly?
So now we got gyms and stuff, but it's not like accessible as it is here. Over there, like soccer is the first sport of obviously, so you can have like practice 2 times maybe. So the rest you have to like practice by yourself. Even back there, I wasn't that good of player. I never had the chance to compete in high level. So even age of 15, I didn't grow up that much. I was short, skinny, white kid. So it was hard. It was even harder for me back then.
And you ended up wanting to play here because obviously you liked basketball enough to try to find a team for you to play, but you ended up in a juvenile D2, which you found was not such a big league as a quality of play, but that means you were quite a pretty good player, being able to develop as a player there. even though if it wasn't easy for you, you said you were short. You're not short anymore at 6'4". About you're about 6'4".
Yeah, I'm
And
6'4", 6'4".
yeah, so when was like that moment when you became the quality of player that you are now? What happened? Because turning pro is not something that you just decide to do because you
Yeah.
like to play. You have to be good. You have to practice. So how did it happen, that moment where you became that good enough?
Yeah. So I was like 15. That was a like provincial like tryout. So I tried to try out and they cut me like at 13 something, like not even like at 15. So I was getting back home with my dad. He was player. He played professional there. He played 2 year national. I told him like I might quit basketball. Like I'm not good enough. I'm not gonna good enough. He said like I've been here like a long time. I play basketball 30, 40 years, and I'm telling you, you got future. He said it doesn't look. Maybe you don't see it now, but I can see it. So I believe him. He told me I can be something. I believe him, and I keep going. I keep going, and I get lucky. Like God helped me. I grow up and I got the talent, and my talent is hard work. You know, my only talent that I got is a hard working. So
It paid off because I saw you playing. You're fast and you jump very high. You're a spectacular player and you also have a great shot. So you got
thank
all the tools. And I saw you playing. You were a rookie, of course, this year. But does that mean that will you be back playing for Dawson next year, or how does it work exactly for you?
yes, I will probably I got 1 more year, and then I will see then. I'm looking forward like to play NCAA if it's possible. So yeah, I got 1 more year at Dawson. I'm gonna play at Dawson.
You're trying to seek a place at the NCAA level. Have you had some conversations with coaches, or have you began talks with teams in the NCAA?
So we got coaches at Dawson like working for us.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like all them. They told us like just play and then leave the rest for us. So they talking, they contacting, they coming to the games and stuff. But be honest, I don't have that much of idea what's going on. Like some coaches talk to me, but like they keep it's still kind of private for me. So they still don't want me to be like nervous and thinking about other things. They want me to focus on a game and see what's going on for me.
Let's get back to when you arrived here. Were you already speaking English, or yeah? So you had that second language, or maybe I don't know how many languages you speak, but you knew how to speak. You understood and you spoke English.
And now I came here alone actually. Like my family is not there, so
Okay.
my English wasn't good at all. So it takes like 2, 3 months to even understand like people talking. It was a hard time even at the school, but it was okay. Like it take me like 3 to 2 months to speak like to understand English and then try to speak it. That was one of the challenges.
What made you come here? Why did you leave Iran to come in Canada? Of course, playing basketball, but what made you come here by yourself, alone again, without your family?
Uh, because like I believe like I need to try like how I can say it, like I need to found somewhere there is more opportunities. And then like I know here is like the nearest country to US. You know, because of Iranian problem with USA, we're
Mhm.
not allowed to go USA, so we need to go somewhere near and get seen. So the best place was Canada, and was only city that I was able to come was Montreal. So that was the reason.
And
And
for how was it for your parents knowing that they let you go? Were they scared? Were they behind you? Were they pushing you to come here? What was their reaction?
for sure, my mom, like mom,
She's a mom.
mothers always like they always worry, but my dad was okay. He said like you're gonna find a way. Like he said like it's gonna be hard, but you're gonna find a way.
So was that your decision, or you had family or friends who told you, hey, you try something else, try to go in another country? Who who
No,
who gave
yeah,
you that idea? Did it come up from you?
yeah, that was my decision. Yeah, it looked little illusional at the beginning because I wasn't even that good at basketball, so I just tried and it worked.
Well, it worked fine.
Yeah. I mean, it's the beginning, but yeah.
Yeah, at some point it's the beginning, and it's for us seeing you play. We can see, and because I saw many people playing that college D1 level and knowing what they can do. For example, we have players like Sébastien Lamotte who played, who's playing for FDU. He was in the NCAA March Madness, and he was a guy playing at that level 2 years ago. So. Ronaldo Robinson, who's now with Victoria, was the MVP last season. He played for Dawson, and we saw him at the Canadian Championship. Again, we know what level this is. It's a pretty good level, and we know that there's like a path to the NCAA or to higher levels from there.
Correct.
Now we see you play, and now you came in the league, and right on top of it, you started showing up good numbers. You started having, as I said, good numbers. Good. You were doing good things on the court. How was it to blend with your teammates? Did it come up quickly, or did you have to work with them to like make a team out of it for this season?
It's take like maybe 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks. Like, I'm so glad I played with like bunch of great mans, like not individual as a player, individual as a person. Like one of the most nicest man I ever seen, like helpful, and they got your back. Like I just enjoyed that season. Like it was great. Like it's rare to see those kind of player around you, and I enjoy it.
Was there someone outside of the coaching staff, a player or someone who took you under his wing or something like that, just to say, okay, come with us and I'll show you around, I'll show you the way? Or was it your personality and you stepped up and took your place inside the team? How did it work exactly for you inside that team?
So at the beginning, it's normal that you have to earn your respect. Like it's not given. You have to like show you're capable of something. So like the first time, like first practices, you need to show you actually can play ball. So I just did that, and they just accepted, and all of them they start helping me.
And it must help being good.
For sure.
Is there a guy on that team or someone with whom you enjoy playing more, and it has nothing to do against the others, saying I don't like to play with the others, but do you have a special chemistry with one player more than the others?
Like, be honest, I can't choose one player.
Okay.
Yeah, like if I want to name someone, like I can say Christian Paywall. Like he's one of the fastest like guard I ever seen. You see his game, like the way he move, you never have problem him bringing up the ball. Like you always that confidence that like the ball gonna come this side and the set gonna go through it. I don't know, Shemal Shepard, like that guy is so crafty. He got like everything. He can playmaking. We have like Junes, great shooter. We have Stefan under the basket. He can always work. Isaiah, he's a great player. Like all of them, like I can't choose one. They're all good players. Like even the 15 man on our team, I believe like if he goes somewhere else, he will be like a star for that team.
And I think you're right. I was there at the RACQ Provincial Championship. So I had a chance not only to see you guys play through a screen, but to see you directly at the gym. And I saw a team that, because of course I followed you during the whole season, and at the end of the season, from January till the end of the season, you almost, I think, I don't even remember if you lost one game. You guys were so solid together, and you ended up playing a kind of game where everybody seemed to know where everybody was, and you were playing fast. You were talking about Christian, who was so fast. He made like 9 steals in the finals.
Right.
He's playing so fast, but you guys are all fast on that team, and you ended up being so quick at driving the ball and doing everything that you had to do, getting to the basket. You were not necessarily the biggest guys, but you ended up being at a good place every single time. And is that something that you worked, or how did you build that chemistry and that the way you played?
So it wasn't like that from the beginning. We had a bad start. Like even in pre-season, we had like some losses. Like maybe out of like 4 or 5 games, we lost like 3, 4, and then we came in a season. We lost the first game to Vanier. We started to win some games, but in the biggest problem was mid-season. We lost to the BGB, Hansik, and then the game back, we lost to Vanier at home. So like 3 losses in a row, and then that was the place like everyone thought like maybe they're not that good, maybe they're just like they're gonna be in playoffs, they're gonna lose. I hear it a lot, from like other guys, but our coaches are like real professionals, like they know how to handle it, and they handle it so well. They keep believing in us, and we change like the way we playing, and it start working. You were there, yeah, we do the set is a full press to the kind of zone matchup, and it's start working, and we keep doing the same thing, and it's always work.
And you kept playing like that at the Canadian Championship. You played very well. Your team played very well. Of course, you did too at the Canadian Championship, quarterfinals, semifinals, and then you get to the finals. How confident were you that this was the year, this was the championship to get? Or did you like feel, okay, we don't know those teams, we come in those games not knowing and we'll see? Or were you confident this is our game, okay, let's play the way the Blues way, and we'll see what happens? What was the feeling, what was the mindset before the games?
So we know that we're gonna play like good teams, and they're older than us. That's a fact. They're older than us, they're bigger, but we know that like on the pace that we're playing, most of the team they're gonna have problem with that pace. So we know that we just need to do our game so we can win the game. Like if we do our pace, they can't catch up with us. And we did it like the first 2 games, and it works. And we win like both games. Like we beat the first and third seed of the country, VIU and St. Clair.
And what happened during the final game? Because you played well, but at some time, of course, it's always like that during a game. But it seemed like you couldn't come back from that loss of momentum at some point, and at the end, you ended up, of course, losing that game. But which is not bad. You ended up being second in the whole country. But what happened at that time exactly?
So we didn't even we actually play good, but like if you look at the stats in the game, they shoot 67% from 3 on the 27 attempts. Like they made 16 3 points. And go look at the films, none of them are like open shot, they're like all contested shot. Like some days you go there, you play bad, and you come back and you say, oh, I didn't put all I had. But that day we put all we had, but it wasn't possible. I know everything was like sometimes you feel everything is against you, and that was one of the nights. They made all the tough shots. We play good actually. Like I feel confidence about the game that we did, but like they were better. Like they just better. We play good, they play better.
And were you guys at the end of it in the locker room afterwards? Were you able to say things like that, or were you like all down and all feeling bad, or how did you respond mentally to that after the game? What was the feeling? Was that a question of yeah, they were lucky they got all the shots, or were you feeling bad that you had lost that game?
We were down, like we looking down and stuff, like we were sad like for like 10 seconds. And after that, like coaches come in, they talking, they said, we're proud of you guys, you try all your best. And all of the sudden, everyone like, for sure you're sad, but everyone said like, we have to come back next year and win that. Like you feel that on the locker room, like everyone are sad for sure, like you lost the biggest game of the season. But like, we said we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back and like get them next year. Because like we're gonna only lose one player, and we're gonna.
That was the question. Okay, who's gonna leave?
John Dayo.
Okay,
Yeah, John Doyle.
So the core of the team will stay together, and of course you will become better.
Yeah.
What's in it for you during the off season, during the summer special training? Are you going back to Iran? What's with you during the summer, during the after the season? Not the season, but the school's over.
So I'm gonna take like 1 more days off. Like I take like 3 days off. That's a lot. I'm gonna start like after tomorrow. Like I'm gonna use my talent. I'm gonna do the hard work. I'm just gonna keep practicing, and I'm sure like it's gonna pay off. I'm not gonna go back to my country because like the distance is kind of expensive to go back.
Mm-hmm.
But here I got places to practices. I'm okay with it.
Are you practicing or training with your coaches, or do you have friends that you practice with? How do you manage to practice? You're not alone in the gym. What do you do exactly?
Sometimes I will try like to play like somewhere or practice with someone, but most of the time I practice alone. Like do weights or like working on my game or shooting, I do it alone. I feel it like it's more like it's working better for me.
Okay.
It put me in a zone that I can like improve myself better.
And are you someone who, I know you work hard, but how do you incorporate practice and training in your daily life, daily routine? Is it like 2 hours a day? How do you practice and how do you train?
So that's my only hobby. Like I got nothing else in my life. It's just basketball, eat, sleep. Like I'm not even joking about that. Like people that know me, they know that like I don't have any other hobbies and I don't enjoy them. Like only thing in my life is basketball. So I'm thinking about basketball. I'm waking up. I'm eating. I'm gonna practice. And then as soon as I'm getting back, I'm mad. I'm thinking about okay, what time I'm gonna come back. Is it like 3? Is it 4? What should I do? Should I do weight? Should I do practice? I keep like thinking about it, and it's all about basketball for now, at least like for next 10 years.
So basketball is the only thing, but of course, if you want to keep doing that, you want to go to the NCAA, which is excellent. But is there something that you want to study in? Is there like, I wouldn't say plan B, but what do you plan on studying in?
Studying right now, I'm doing art and culture,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm enjoying it. But like for the plan B, to be honest, not that much.
Not that
I'm
much.
gonna study, but like, yeah, that's a good question.
Is there a good answer? No, not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. I don't think it will be any good answer for it.
Good. So we're gonna see you next year playing for the Blues again. That's for sure. And then we'll see who's gonna ask for your for your help or your whatever to come and play for them at the NCAA level. Are you confident that this is going to be the path? This is going to be the way for you? Is there a chance that you might play basketball at in the U Sports if it doesn't work at the NCAA level? What is there something that could happen that would enable you to play at the in the NCAA?
To be honest, like I'm looking at every options. Like you never know the future, so
Mm-hmm.
I can't like predict what's gonna happen. So it's make me like more nervous and less patient about future. So I'm trying to not thinking of it, go one step at a time. So right now I'm just thinking what I'm gonna do this summer, and then whatever happen. I'm just gonna put the work, and the rest like I will see what's gonna happen.
So next season's going to be focused on the season, on playing, on studying, and doing your thing. And when the season's over, then you'll be. It's going to be time to ask yourself questions about where you're going to end up. But you want to be able to focus on your season next year, or
Exactly.
is it something that you think is going to bother you during the season, not knowing, or you want to be able to make sure that those are two separate things that you're doing, and you're going to be patient about that?
For sure, it's gonna bother me. For sure, like we all got dreams, and we all scared of getting old. So it's gonna bother me for sure. But you have to get over it. Like it's a skill. It's a skill that makes you different between guys. You have to be able to get over it and then do the right things. It's gonna be hard. I know it's gonna be hard.
But it seems like you're able to go through hard things and success at I want to thank you for doing this, Iman. It was a pleasure chatting with you, but of course, a pleasure watching you play this season. I hope. Well, I'm not hoping. I know I'm going to see you play in the next year again.
Yeah,
I wish people are going to go watch Dawson Blues games. If they're not able to go there, at least watch them on the RSEQ website. Iman is a showman. He's gonna do everything that you want to see in a basketball game. He can dunk. He will rebound. He will do everything with the ball. He's a good passer. He's doing everything. So I wish people can see I wish there's gonna be as many people as possible watching you and enjoying you play, because you're a great player to see.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Yep. I enjoyed a lot.
I hope so. And it looks like it.
Yeah.
Thanks again. Goodbye.
Have a good day, man.